Hi guys, welcome to another new video. In this video I will show you how to disassemble and assemble a HI-CAPA. In the description you will find a timestamp to switch to which part of the video you want to see. I will keep the video as short as possible for you. First, we start with the upper of the HI-CAPA. Remove your slide by pulling out the slide stop. And then we remove the screw from the blowback unit. And now you remove the screw from your rear side. Before we pull the blowback housing out of the slide, we pull the HOPUP unit back a bit, so the blowback unit will pop out. Then we hold the guide rod and slowly pull out the HOPUP unit with the inner barrel. And now the guide rod can be removed. And the rest as follows. HOPUP unit is quite simple. It is a matter of removing these two screws. On the inside you have the HOPUP wheel, adjustment lever and an eye key, and you can simply pull out the inner barrel and you can see there is a bucking. Just simply pull it out. And your HOPUP unit is disassembled. With the blowback unit, you first start by pulling out the nozzle spring. Always be careful with springs because they can get lost quickly. Then you gently pull the nozzle forward and then you push it up a bit to pull it out of the unit. Now you unscrew the air seal piston system, including the nozzle O-ring. And your blowback unit is disassembled. Now let's take a look at the lower side of the HI-CAPA. To start with the frame, we must first disassemble the grip. First, you unscrew the frame screw. Then you unscrew the grip on both sides. Make sure that you're holding the frame so it doesn't pop out because it's gonna get loose. And now your frame is free to go. To get inside the hammer of your HI-CAPA, you must first remove the thumb safeties. You do this by pulling the thumb safeties up and then you remove the right side. But because my thumb safety is blocked, first I have to unblock them. And then I just pull the right side out. Make sure you still hold the left side well. Now you can remove the left side, but be careful, there is still a thumb safety spring and pins that will come out after removing the left side. I'm just doing it by holding my hand like this and pull it slowly out. And you see they will get out. After removing the thumb safeties, your grip safety will come out of its place. As you can see, this is an advanced frame, slightly different from the stock version. With this one you push out two hammer pins from the right side, just simply like this, and they will come out from this side. And the disconnector will then come loose. Then slowly pull the hammer housing halfway up. Be careful with the valve knocker spring while pulling up. You will see right on the bottom of this valve knocker there is a spring that will pop out. I just put my thumb in there so I won't lose it. And now you have to unscrew this one. From here it's just pulling out the hammer and the cylinder, the sear. Then the firing pin, you just have to pull it out from its spring. And the cylinder can come off with the spring. And now your frame is completely disassembled. The grip. To start, first remove your lower grip pin. Use the right materials to avoid damage, especially if you use a Magwell like me. I simply do it with a small screwdriver and hit it with something on top. Now you can pull out your Magwell and your hammer spring housing, and then you can pull out your leaf spring. Be careful with the leaf spring. Once it is a little bit bent, your HI-CAPA can do weird things. To get the hammer spring out, you simply have to push the hammer plug and push the pin out. Many times it will comes out by itself. Now we will remove our trigger ring with the trigger. To do this, we will first remove the mag release. And the last part of removing the mag release is on this side. You have to do it with a flat screwdriver. To do this, just press a little bit and turn around counterclockwise. After you do that, your mag release will come loose. And now you can pull out the trigger ring and you're done. First, we start with the hammer housing by placing the cylinders in place. Before we do that, we have to start with the firing pin spring and put this part on this place. Now we take this part of the HI-CAPA. This side has to go inside the hole. And now we take the firing pin and push it on its place. Next step, we take the cylinder of the hammer, and this side has to go inside the hole. Now take your sear and put it here on its place. And now take your hammer and put it like this. Now you place this part to screw in your hammer housing. Take a good look around whether you have closed it properly and everything is aligned. You can test your hammer if it works by pressing your hammer like this. If it clicks back, then it means everything is in place. Now we can screw the hammer housing. Next step is the valve knocker. We place this on the other side of the hammer housing. Put it here in its place. Next comes the valve knocker spring. Be careful with this one, it can get lost very quickly, so hold it well while installing. This part is very tricky because you have to make sure that the spring has to get into this small space here. As you can see, after a few attempts, the spring is now in place. Keep your finger on it at all times until you have put it in the frame so that the spring does not jump away. Now we are going to place the hammer housing in the frame. First, we put the disconnector in the right side of the hammer housing. You can see the disconnector sticking out from the top. Just leave the disconnector there and then insert the two pins in the place so that the disconnector is locked in. Check that the disconnector is really locked in and not falling out. If so, then your hammer housing in your frame is ready. Thumb safety. You'll have to put this little thumb safety pin in here. I'll show you. This side has to go in first. And now we put the thumb safety spring inside. Now we put the big thumb safety pin. If you don't want to use your thumb safety, you can place the big thumb safety pin the other way around. So normally you should put this side in first, but if you want to block your thumb safety, then do it the other way around. I like to play without thumb safety, so I'm doing it the other way around for now. Now you leave the pins like this for now. What we are going to do now is put the grip safety in place. Hold it like this for a while so it doesn't fall out until you place the left thumb safety. Place the left thumb safety. Release your finger from the grip safety now. Now we need to push the large thumb safety pin back so that the left thumb safety can snap in. You will need to do this with a small flat screwdriver or tweezers. Now push in the thumb safety pin and your thumb safety pin will snap in. After you have done that, grab the right side of your thumb safety, place it here, click it and press your thumb safety down and you're done with the thumb safety. Now we start with the grip. First you place the trigger ring with the trigger. We place them here in their place and now we grab the mag release and put it in here. Tighten the mag release button And now with a flat screwdriver, put it in the mag release and turn it clockwise until it pops out with a click. And you're ready to go. Now we start with the hammer spring housing. We first place the hammer spring in it and then the plug on top. Now we need to push in with a screwdriver or tweezers to slide the pin into place so that it holds the pressure. Now your hammer spring housing is ready to go. To make it much more easier, we're gonna skip the leaf spring and the Magwell. Before we assemble these parts, we have to start with the frame, putting on top of your grip. Make sure that your hammer looks up. Just press simply on the sear on this side and it will go up. Then you put your grip on its place and take the grip screws and don't forget the frame screw. After this is ready and the grip screws are also ready, we start with the leaf spring. Make sure your grip safety is like this for now. Take the leaf spring and place it in place. At all times, make sure the centerpiece of your leaf spring is on top of the bottom of your sear and not below it. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. I need to get a little closer. I now have my middle part on the bottom of my sear. As you can see, my middle part of my leaf spring is on my sear and not below it. If your leaf spring goes below, your hammer will not work. Make sure the hammer strut is centered so that the grip safety falls into place. Now hold your grip safety with your thumb so that your leaf spring does not fall out of place. Grab the hammer spring housing and slide it into your grip. You probably won't be able to slide your hammer housing spring any further because it will hit your hammer strut. To be able to slide through, pull the hammer strut forward with pliers or tweezers so that it falls on the plug. And then you can slide your hammer housing spring up. There will now be pressure on your hammer housing spring, so you will have to hold it until you have inserted your magwell and grip pin. Now you can let go and you're ready to go. To assemble your hop-up unit, you start with the inner barrel. Just put your bucking inside its place. You see here 2 stripes of your bucking. It has to go on top of this open place of your inner barrel. What you also can do is look inside your bucking. At the other side you see 1 stripe that has to go on this side. You put this side of your bucking on its place of your hop-up unit. It has to look like this. After you've done that, just put your hop-up wheel on its place. And now here comes the tricky part. Take your I key, put it on a place. We take the adjustment lever. This side of your adjustment lever has to go inside your hop-up wheel. When it is inside, that means you can take the other part of your hop-up unit Now screw on your hop-up unit and you're done. For the blowback unit, just simply take this part, put it inside and take this screw, just tighten up. And now take your nozzle. This side of your nozzle has to come on this side of your blowback unit, just simply like this. After you've done that, you take your nozzle spring and put it inside this place and you're done. To assemble your slide, we start with the outer barrel. Slide it in through the front of your slide. Slide it halfway, not all the way to the end. Now place your guide rod plug in here. the guide rod and the recoil spring as follows. Push and hold your guide rod back so that your outer barrel can go in further. Keep holding your guide rod so that you can also place your inner barrel and your hop-up unit in your outer barrel. Then press and hold the hop-up unit with your thumb to place the blowback unit. And now you can gently release your hop-up unit and place your rear side and screw it on. Then you screw on the blowback unit. I place my protection pad first and your slide is ready. Now put your slide on your frame. The slide stop in place and your HI-CAPA is now ready to use. Of course, there are several ways to disassemble and assemble a HI-CAPA. I showed you my way and I hope to have helped many people in this. Well, if so, or if you have any questions, please leave a comment. Like this video and subscribe to my channel for more airsoft content. Thank you very much and see you on the next video.